Greetings, you may call me Tog. Today we are looking at an article by Cosmopolitan. You know that's one of my favorite cocktails. Anyways, 17 things to never say to a girl with borderline personality disorder. Well, I'm a girl, and I have borderline personality disorder. So what are these 17 things you should dare not say to me? Rather than reading the description below the statements, I will just give my own personal reactions to them, for I have read the article and it's not too horrible. It actually gives quite a bit of information on borderline personality disorder. The reason I'm choosing to cover it is because the title is quite entitled. I'm a little sick of this whole notion that the majority must bend its ways to fit the smallest of minorities. Simply because I'm a little different from the general population, you must give me special treatment. I think that personality disorders and other mental illnesses are just conditions people have, like asthma, and we should treat them as such. That's just my opinion on the matter anyways. So let's move on. Number 1, nothing. I get offended if you say nothing to me. Actually, it's more in context of silent treatment and getting into an argument online and the other person not responding afterwards. I don't think most people like having the silent treatment. I don't think that's something exclusive to someone with borderline personality disorder. Aren't you overreacting? Well, probably, yes. I have BPD. That's kind of part of the symptoms. People with borderline personality disorder seem to overreact to most emotional stimuli. In fact, I have learned to not trust my emotions at all. Usually I have to look at situations objectively and rationalize them, for if I led myself completely by my emotions, I'd be a nutcase. Oh my god, it's like that woman in Fatal Attraction. I don't remember if I've ever seen that movie, so I'd be like, please explain? You can say that to me if you want. But you were happy this morning, what changed? It's probably someone concerned about me. Like if I seemed happy that morning and down in the dumps, it's probably just a friend checking up on me. I really don't mind. It means you got a bit of an investment in my life. Oh, so you're bipolar. Well, yes, I am. But not everybody with BPD has bipolar. They share some similar characteristics, but they're quite different. While bipolar is a mood disorder, BPD is a personality disorder. Bipolar is more similar to depression. Although depressed people stay depressed all the time, someone with bipolar will go into states of mania and hypomania where they feel quite euphoric, energetic, although they are also easily irritated in these states as well. And these moods will last for days on end, and they have nothing to do with outside stimuli. It could be what should be the best day of your life, but you're feeling depressed, and you could have just lost your job and everything's going horrible for you, but you go into a swing of, like, euphoric mania and you're still feeling on top of the world. It's a very strange phenomenon, but you can have both symptoms being comorbid, but they're definitely not the same thing. I heard that BPD is impossible to recover from. Well, yes, that's true. It is impossible to recover from, but you can learn to live with it, and you can learn a lot of coping strategies so that you can live a normal life. I would never date a girl with BPD. They are way too clingy and needy. I'm not sure if everybody with BPD is clingy and needy. I know there's something called silent BPD, although I don't know too much about that because I think I'm more of a classic BPD. But I'm very clingy and very needy. Although when I go into, since I also have bipolar, when I go into a state of hypomania, I get very focused on whatever I'm working on, so I'll go from being very clingy, very needy, to rather indifferent to your existence. So yeah, a guy not wanting to date a girl with a mental illness doesn't overtly offend me. My friend dated a girl with BPD. She was a total slut and cheated on him all the time. I wouldn't get offended by that. They're talking about somebody else, not me. You're not ill, you're just being an attention-seeking asshole, or arsehole. I'd say you're just being an asshole. All women are a bit BPD. Say a lot of women will show some signs of it, but no, only 4% of the population has BPD. Do you ever think about suicide, and have you ever tried it? think 2 or 3 times. They were kind of half-hearted attempts. They may have been slightly for attention, I'm not sure. Because attention-seeking behavior is also part of BPD. Although you get into strange mindsets, you really do. But yeah, no, suicidal thoughts and tendencies are all part of BPD. I'd say that question is bad form to ask someone you don't know overly well. But if it's a good friend of yours, not too horrible of a concern to ask them. I heard everyone with BPD was abused as a child. I'm not entirely sure if everyone with BPD was abused as a child, but I know that most people with BPD has suffered some sort of trauma in their childhood from abuse, neglect, molestation. Maybe they were even in some sort of natural disaster, just something that disrupted the flow of their life and the way their mind works. So that's not a horrible question to ask. Why can't you just stop drinking, spending too much, cutting yourself? If someone's doing these things, whether they have BPD or not, if it was a good friend of mine and they were doing these behaviors that weren't good for them, I would probably be concerned and try and show them a little tough love or try and address the issue. My friend has BPD and she never cut herself. Well, good for your friend. My mom says, your mom says what? I don't know. They just cut that off. Maybe your mother's a psychologist, and in that case I would kind of like to hear what your mother says. Why do you have to tell people you have BPD? The reason I'm telling people I have BPD is I wouldn't mind mental illness being seen in the same sort of light as how physical illness is. Like, most people aren't ashamed to say they have asthma or they have anemia. Anyways, this is my thoughts on this article. Overall, it's not horribly toxic, but I just found the title to be bothersome. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. I wish all of you a pleasant rest of your day.